Hey everybody, it's Allie from Allie's Losing It Again. I want to thank everybody that has been coming back even through the times that I have not been posting as much. My Instagram has been really growing the last couple weeks. I'm pretty sure it's helped that I've been posting more frequently, so I will make sure that I continue to, do that for you guys. I've been loving all of the messages as well as the comments, so please keep that up. I've really been appreciating it. And then as far as YouTube goes, I am trying to get a little bit better about updating more frequently, so at least this is coming a little bit sooner than the previous video did, so I'll be working on that. And maybe I might have an editor or editing person, or I don't know what they're called. I'm sorry, I will figure that out. But I might have somebody that edits my videos. So that would be awesome because obviously in the last video, and I mean pretty much every other video, it's been a little rough. I apologize. And I would really like to have something that looks a little bit nicer and more professional. So what I would like to talk about today is things that have helped me on my weight loss journey so far. So these topics that I'm sharing with you guys today can be used for, a physical change, mental or emotional. So just kind of keep that in mind. It's not just specific to weight loss surgery, but having it as far as the weight loss surgery goes definitely has helped. So the first thing is being more gentle and kind to myself, which is a little bit ironic because I've started this video over probably 12.5 times. So it's still a work in progress, but prior to surgery or even my journey to health in general, I wasn't very kind or patient or very connected with myself. I would always, put all my time and energy into other people, into food, into, things that basically would try to numb me out to whatever I was actually feeling or needing to feel. So I think that taking that love and acceptance and kindness and giving it to myself as much as possible, it's really helped me over the past year and a half. I still struggle with what I call my bully brain. She's a bitch. I'm just gonna say that. I hope I can say it on YouTube, I don't know. But my bully brain is exactly what it sounds like. It's a bully. She is always constantly saying negative things about me or making me paranoid or anxious or whatever. So that's probably, it is anxiety or whatever, but it's just a constant. So what I am trying to do is be a little bit more kind to myself. I'm trying to, give that love that I give to other people back to myself a little bit more. So I'm really hoping that I continue on that path. Of course I'm going to be, but it's easier some days than others, so we'll see. The next thing that has really helped me during the past several years really, but on this path that I've been on the past year and a half, I really love therapy. That's weird to say, especially the way I just said it, I feel like. But therapy has been so helpful in so many ways. I have discovered more about myself and my past and how I react to that past than I ever realized. And it's not just a linear aha moment and then I move on. It's very, okay, here we go. Here's this information. Here's what happened. Here's how I react. Whoop, nope. All right, go back. Here we go. So it's very back and forth as far as how therapy works. With therapy, you are going to have a lot of hard things to face. It's not going to be just you feeling better after a session. It's going to be very sporadic. It's going to be difficult for a while, but eventually you'll feel that healing. You'll see that light at the end of the tunnel, and it really does, sounds cliche, but it really does get better. And then another thing that's helped me during this whole process has been really working on opening up and being more honest with trusting my support system. I have wonderful people in my life. I always have. The people in my life are absolutely incredible. They are very patient, loving, give great advice, but it's hard for them to fully, I guess, do that, or at least allow me to feel as connected to them if I'm not being completely my authentic self. Being more open and honest about my eating disorder and my depression and anxiety and just like my overall mental health and even things in my past that I've never really talked about before, me being able to open up to people about that has been the most vulnerable feeling I've ever felt. It's scary. Like, even though I love talking and being open and stuff, and this whole process, I've been very open, it's not always easy for me to share the vulnerable side of myself. So this all has been very challenging, but it's also been very rewarding. I know that there are people that have opinions on me, that judge me for whatever they want to judge me for, but I've gotten to realize that the people in my life that truly matter love me almost unconditionally. And I think that me realizing that and being able to open up and trust a little bit more has been incredibly helpful to my overall mental and emotional health, and just me kind of connecting again. So the next thing that has helped me on my journey has been taking pictures. If you guys follow my Instagram, you will see a lot of side-by-side photos or transformation pictures, before and after, whatever you want to call them. I love putting those types of photos together because, especially with body dysmorphia and losing weight in general, but especially rapidly, as far as I experience, as well as, you know, other people have told me, body dysmorphia is a very real thing. So even though I am at 171 pounds right now, I still feel and look at myself at times like I'm still 300 pounds. So having those pictures and being able to look at them, or even just look at a more recent picture of myself, like I'll see myself in the mirror, you know, I'll take a quick picture of myself or whatever, but actually taking like a full body picture, or some of, like, I've been wearing dresses more often, so seeing a picture of me in a dress has been mind-blowing, because I'm starting to get to wear things that I've never really felt comfortable wearing, and they're my favorite thing now. And then I see myself in those pictures and I'm just, oh, okay, whoa, wait, hold on, that's me. That's crazy, you know. So it's been very helpful to look back on the pictures. So I would highly recommend that everybody take as many pictures as possible throughout the entire process. So the next thing that's helped me on my weight loss journey has been not focusing on the scale and the numbers as much, especially as you get further out from surgery. It becomes a little bit of an obsession for some people. I know for me it did, as well as, you know, you hit stalls. Stalls happen with anybody on any journey or whatever. Stalls are gonna happen where you don't lose weight for several weeks or even a month or two. You know, you feel like defeated, you feel like you're failing. Don't focus on the number, or don't focus on the scale as much. Put the scale away if you need to, or make the commitment to only, you know, weigh once a week, once a month, whatever the situation is. I've even listened to some podcasts that suggest don't have a scale in your house at all. If you want to get weighed or whatever, or you don't want to know your weight, check it at the doctor's office, but just kind of go off of how you feel physically, or like how your clothes fit you, and clothes that, of course, that you already have had. I think that going through a stall can be very discouraging to some, even though it happens. It's bound to happen, it's guaranteed to happen, but we still focus on that number the whole time. So I would recommend, you know, talking with somebody, especially about that if you seem to struggle with the scale and the number on the scale. Or I can even give you guys the name of a podcast that went over an awesome topic one time about maybe not using the scale as much. So the next thing that's really been awesome and helpful for my mental and emotional health, and of course physical, has been stretching almost every day, as well as dancing. And I am not a good dancer. I want to put that disclaimer out here now. I suck at dancing. So what I did was I made a playlist of my favorite songs, or I would go on my Spotify on repeat playlist, and I would just play music that was very upbeat, and I would dance around my room for like 30 minutes, especially in the winter time when I did not want to go outside or even leave my apartment. I would just dance around my room. And my brother, after he moved in, I was like, yeah, Jake, let's go, let's start dancing. And he was like standing in the doorway going, nice. Of course, my dog was just watching me like I was crazy, but I was dancing. I was vibing. But you would really do work up a sweat just kind of moving so much. And then the stretching as well has been amazing for just my flexibility. It's pretty obvious that stretching would be good for your flexibility, but for some reason I just never put the effort into stretching as much until recently, or I should say the last few months. I've really been focusing on stretching. It's been great to see how my body continues to become more flexible and kind of gets more connected with itself again. I know that I've said it before, but I've always felt disconnected, or I've tried to numb myself out from my physical body. As weird as that sounds, I have realized that I've never really felt connected to my physical body, and I don't know if food was my way of trying to connect with my body, or if it was a way to numb out from my body. That's gonna probably take more therapy work as well. So yeah, again, therapy. Right back at you. What I've noticed is being able to dance and move and stretch and just really even just do the simple movements that just kind of come naturally. Be silly, be just loose with it and everything has really helped me kind of start to connect with myself more. I do know that I feel better mentally and emotionally when I'm moving more frequently and doing that. So why not? If you get a chance, I would say give it a try. The next thing I would say is biotin. I would highly recommend any and all vitamins that are required by your doctor and surgeon, but the extras are, you know, a little extra fun, I guess. I don't know, that sounds weird. But biotin has helped my nails and hair so much during this process. With surgery or rapid weight loss or whatever, your hair is going to experience thinning and it's just gonna fall out, unfortunately, in different phases. I did experience maybe one major time that I remember being in the shower and I was washing my hair and I kind of go like this. You know how you go in the shower and kind of just try to get rid of the loose hair that's in there after you shampoo it? It just kept coming out in clumps. And I was like, and usually I'll just kind of do this through my hair until I no longer have, you know, hair coming out. I had to stop myself. It just kept coming out and I wanted to cry. But luckily, I mean, I've had some like pretty big hair. Like I definitely could tell it's thinner and I have had like the hair loss and everything, but that was the only time that it really was a lot, and that scarred me. But I am sorry for anybody that does experience it a lot more. Biotin does help with hair and nails. So at least for me, I don't even know if it, you know, I think for me it worked great. So I'm keeping it in my routine for now. So the next thing that has helped me on my weight loss journey has becoming my own advocate. Again, before I went through this process or this journey, I was not very outspoken on when it came to my health and setting boundaries and just kind of really speaking up for myself. And it's still a challenge at times to really speak up for myself and say, no, this is how I feel, or this is kind of what I need, or no, as a sentence, no. So it's been a challenge, but it's also been very important, and I think a skill that everybody should have. So just really knowing that if you're feeling a certain type of way and you're really, not sure, or if people are saying, well, no, it's probably not this, or whatever the situation may be, or even if a doctor's pushing back, never hesitate to get a second opinion or your own research, or, really just bring it up to a professional. I may have ADHD, I may have this and that and stuff. I've never really been tested for it. I've never really thought much about it, but now that I've been exposed to more, I've been trying to be connected with myself more, and I've been researching more information, I'm starting to be able to say, hey, you only see me for 5 minutes out of, my entire life. This is how I'm feeling, or this is my experience. I think this is maybe something that should be looked into. I think that's an important thing that everybody should be able to do for themselves. So yeah, I definitely recommend that you would work on speaking up for yourself and becoming your own advocate. The next thing that's helped me on my weight loss journey has been podcasts and YouTube channels. The podcast that I've been loving the most is the Constantly Varied Gear Thick Thighs Save Lives. That's a great podcast for fitness, health, just women empowerment. They have amazing shows that just go over so many inspirational topics, and they're women that won't, bullshit you. They are incredible and so inspiring. Highly recommend that to anybody, females especially, but anybody else that, all genders are, can definitely get some great information from them. The other YouTube channels that I've been into is Co's and Hindsight. And then another podcast I've been into, I'm not gonna say the F word, but it's Un-F Your Brain. I don't remember her name who hosts it, but it's a really good life coaching podcast that's more of embracing who you are at this stage and at every stage. Does not really focus on the weight loss. It's more just body acceptance and confidence and life coaching. So there's a lot of different podcasts and YouTube channels that I've really been loving. So I would not just recommend focusing on the weight loss channels or the weight loss surgery channels. Definitely expand it into other health and wellness channels of maybe personal trainers or nutritionists or doctors or whatever else it may be. I've been on a spiritual self-help life coaching type of journey, so those have been my big interest right now. So definitely see what you can find. So the last thing that's helped me on my journey to health has been finding new passions and interests. So before my weight loss surgery especially, I was having a lot of trouble finding that drive, that passion and motivation to do things outside of watching TV and sleeping and eating. I know it sounds bad, but it's pretty much what I can think of the past few years. I have been able to find a passion in the stretching, in the dancing, and fitness. Obviously, I'm working on school again for the 4th time, my bad. But I've also been able to find a passion in self-development and kind of the self-discovery of kind of what makes me who I am, and just rediscovering myself. So that's been a new interest and passion for me that I've really been focusing on lately. Of course, I've also picked up other artistic, craft hobbies. I love painting and adult coloring therapy books. And I also really love diamond painting or jewel paintings. It's where you take the little diamonds and stick them to the sticky paper, and definitely takes no skill, just a lot of patience, which surprisingly I have for that craft. Not usually everything else, but for that specific craft I have a little bit of patience. ironically. But yeah, so I think why I would recommend finding like new interests and passions is it helps, at least for me, get my mind off of food. It helps me kind of get out of my head. It helps my bully brain settle down. It helps me kind of find out more about myself and explore who I am and what my interests really are. There's been crafts or there's been things that I've started to get into and then I realized not my thing. So that's been interesting to kind of discover more about myself and what my interests actually are. So it's been a lot of fun getting to really discover more about myself, connect to myself more, work through things that I've honestly been putting off for years, and being able to share this journey with so many other people and help other people on their own paths to health. I just really am excited for everything else that's to come because so many good things are coming, and I'm just really excited to share more with you guys. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Would love some comments as well. If you guys have an idea of what else that you would like to see from me, please let me know. I know that I have a little bit of trouble sometimes coming up with ideas for videos. So if you guys have questions or suggestions or just want to hear maybe something about, you know, my journey that I haven't shared or, you know, maybe haven't thought to share, just let me know. But I just really appreciate all of the love and support. I hope that you guys all have a great rest of your week and take care. Bye.